Greetings, children in time and space! This is your host, TheAmariaShadow, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back once again to some more of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're going to be starting episode 3, The Right of Turnabout, today. So without further ado, let's get started right away today's adventure and see what's in store for us. Allons-y!
Wakey wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on. We're small fries compared to... Huh?
Another fine day in the kingdom of Kurai. It's so peaceful here. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. It sure was a rough start. Now, to do what I came here to do. To see Maya! Her long ascetic training is finally coming to an end, but before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Mr. Wright! Hapirakai! Albi, Hapirakai. Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Kurain! I don't know about that, but I guess all that practicing is paying off. Have you gotten used to life at the temple? I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me. Yes, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Kurai. Hats off to you guys. I don't know how you do it. And today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content. I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So what makes today so special anyway? You mean you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year. That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role in it is. So what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite? What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role. Wow, that's really something. It really is. Helping out such an amazing person has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life. So who is this Lady Kira exactly? Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought... Oh, let me stop you right there! Is something wrong? No, it's just... I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell. Whew! Dodged a bullet there. Oh right, you're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the rite with this. An English guidebook? Where did you dig this up from? I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it. Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See? There's her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite is to take place. Let's go, to the Plaza of Devotion. I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. It's on a mountaintop, so I might get a little cold though. I think I can handle it. May 9th, Plaza of Devotion. It's so cold. It's like the air itself is made of ice. But look at all these people. Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is. Devoted. Right. But couldn't they just as easily do all this praying someplace warmer? This, too, is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower. Further up at the end of those stairs is the inner sanctum. I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious. Of course we are! After all, Khura'in is also known as the land of prayer. They said that we Khura'in spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer. What? For 15?! From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. You see all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people. Oh, he's talking about these colorful strips of cloth. There's something written on each one. Such piety is the glory of our people, and I'm afraid that story is going to have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now. Oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again. Pardon me, oh noble traveler.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
Who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya! Hapitakai! Hapitakai, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey. Oh, thanks. Long time no see, Nick. There she is! Well, did I surprise you with my act? Yeah, you can say that again. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Khura'in village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time, but that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I could count. I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. law offices. Now she's here, training to be the leader of Khura'in village and the master of her craft. Apparently to become the master of the Khura'in channeling technique, you have to train here in Khura'in, since this is where the technique originated. Didn't I sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now? Too bad that's about all I learned from all the training I did. Ha ha ha! You haven't changed a bit, Maya. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean? She may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside she's the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that. I heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh? Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story. I was the accused, but you should have seen Mr. Wright in action. He was amazing. I bet it was another one of your famous seat off your pants, come from behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times. Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, so sue me. You haven't changed a bit either, Nick. Ouch. It definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So I guess you finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right? Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Yep, I have completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home once I perform the purification rite today. Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites. Well, the High Priest's wife usually conducts it each year, but with her baby on the way, it's just more than she can handle. So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year. Well, you may not know all of their customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great. You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm going to be the best Lady Kira guardian deity ever. I'd better throw in a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. So about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today, what exactly are we talking about here? Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of it back home. She's a real person who fought to establish the Kingdom of Krain a long time ago. Wow, so she actually existed. And now the kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies. Sounds like something you'd be into. I know, right? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right. Whatever floats your boat. Still, Lady Kira must really be a popular deity if all these people are here for her. Yep, but there's more to it than just her popularity this year. There's more? So why is this rite attracting such a large crowd this year? Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Allow me to explain. A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared, just like in the legend, and she's began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons left and right and left. You're kidding, right? They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the revolutionary Dirk, too. So Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disrupt the peace, I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life. I didn't believe it at first, either. But there's a real picture of her on the front page of today's newspaper. Sightings of her go back about 2 years, but this is the first actual picture of her to ever be taken. I can't believe someone was able to actually capture her on film. Or couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like you, Maya? You mean like a cosplayer? Those rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. You think some regular cosplayer can take on people just like that, dressed in a costume, alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed a sacred robe or something. A spirit possessing a piece of cloth? Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're just jealous that I'm still young at heart. I've got a real office to run now, so I've got to keep it real, right? I don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me. You really lost your edge since I last saw you. The spikes of yours have grown really dull, and there's even one that's drooping. Can we leave my hair out of this? Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira people have been spotting. Spotting is the real deal. Besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know? I can't believe you really buy all that. Although, I wonder who's under that robe. But Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I'm calling it the Kira bun. Let's talk about a Kira business. A Kira business strategy. Killer! Oh, Lady Killer! I get it! Come on, Maya, just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already. I guess the jig is up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I have returned in this lovely young lady's body. What?! Only a minion of the Defiant Dragons could see through my disguise. Now feel my wrath, foul lawyer! Hiya! Ow! Mr. Wright! Just kidding. I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the Right's sake. There's no way I could ever beat up one of those rebel types. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook she just threw. Oh, you were just trying to be funny. You really had me going there for a second. No one can be that naive, right? No, there are people that can be that naive. Well, I hope you enjoy playing superhero at the right today. Ooh, when you put it that way, I'm even more hyped about it now than I was already. Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priest's footsteps. I better get going. His footsteps? You're in the right, he wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? Well, see you later. I doubt they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you, Maya. Miss Maya is always so bright and cheerful. Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. As in, at all. I wonder if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not. Ah, it's Acolyte Zealot. Acolyte Zealot? Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. He's a disciple of the High Priest, Abbot Enmi, and lives and trains at his house. See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle? Yeah, I could never do that. That's because he's dead. Ah, it's Abbot Enmi! The purification rite is about to begin. So that's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. It looks almost exactly like what that figure in the newspaper photo was wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it. Please, sir, it's not a good idea to stare like that. You could be struck blind. Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, those bells on the High Priest's ankles. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be. Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother. Okay, let's see. First, I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward. Ouch! Great, now all I can see is the ground, and my back is killing me. You really should have trained for this, sir. Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to stay like this, Albie? The rite requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow. That's 2 whole days! Ugh, I don't feel so. But Mr. Wright! Are you okay, sir? Somebody help! Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright! Please, you have to get up! Ouch, my aching! Albie? Where are we? The High Priest's house at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion. I guess I passed out from that back pain. They must have carried me all the way here. Something terrible's happened! It's Miss Maya, she's... Ooh, just follow me to Plaza of Devotion. Something must have happened while I was passed out. Miss Maya's... She's been arrested! What? May 10th, 8 a.m., Plaza of Devotion. Where's Maya? Let's take it easy, alright? But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong. You can talk all you want back at the station. But let me go! Maya! Nick! I didn't kill him! I swear I didn't! Quiet, you. Come along peacefully or suffer the consequences. Wait a second! What on earth is going on? I don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way... Hey, back off, officer! Emma? Emma Sky? What's she doing in Kurai? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright, but we're placing Maya under arrest. Alright, take her down to the station. But with respect, got it? Yes, ma'am. Nick! So, what are you doing in Kurai, Emma? It's a long story. Anyway, what are you doing in Kurai, Mr. Wright? Same here. It's a long story, but we could get caught up later. Right now, I need to know what happened. Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest. Wait, the High Priest was murdered? What happened, Emma? Please, tell me everything you can. Well, basically, there was a murder during the rite as it was being performed last night. The victim is Tarustin, the High Priest who was presiding over the rite. Wait, hold on! Last night? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite? That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain. I never knew my back's like a ticking time bomb. I better take better care of it. The murder took place at the Inner Sanctum where the rite was being held. The Inner Sanctum. It's the place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined. It's through that gate over there and up at the top of the mountain stairs just beyond. Oh, so that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction. Abbot Enmi and Miss Maya went up to the Inner Sanctum to begin the rite. Just after they finished the prayer, you fainted in the middle of. So, who do you think killed the High Priest? Unfortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the Inner Sanctum is off limits to the general public. So then, only the High Priest and Maya could have been there when the murder occurred? Right. Plus, the Inner Sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is to stay where it starts here at the Plaza of Devotion. That's why she's been arrested. Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one who told the worshippers in the plaza that the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect. So she was the first one to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. That makes it even less likely that someone else was there at the crime scene. Mr. Wright, sir, are you going to defend Miss Maya? Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone. But yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed. But this is really something else, huh, Mr. Wright? I mean, who'd have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again? Tell me about it. I never thought I'd have to go through another trial, where the divination seance determines all, and defense lawyers are unwelcome. So, what brings you here, Emma? Back in the US, I was working a case with an international prosecutor from Korai. He told me this is where I could see the latest techniques in international forensic science. I can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It's like we've gone back in time. Yeah, I can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far. Still, he said he takes on cases from around the world, so maybe next time he'll have one in a major city somewhere. Sounds like this prosecutor has taken a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas. I wonder. He's calm and kind and almost always has a smile on his face, but it's hard to tell what he's really thinking. This international prosecutor, is he the one who handled Trucy's case? Yes, he is. I take it he'll be the prosecutor on this one, too. Yes, Prosecutor Satomati's already been assigned. But Prosecutor Satomati? Bukunka! You know him, Albi. Of course, everyone in Kurain does. He's a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. If you go up against Prosecutor Satomati, you'll incur the Holy Mother's wrath. But it's my job to, as a lawyer. Oh, right. Sorry. Just great. A prosecutor who's also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. This trial's shaping up to be even more uniquely Kuranese than the last one. I'm not sure I should be saying this, but he's a formidable opponent. Yeah, I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I better give it everything I've got. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here. Come to think of it, Prosecutor Satomati mentioned something to that effect. I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can. Really? Are you sure you aren't going to get in trouble for helping the enemy? Ugh. He did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in that last trial. Let's just say, I'll help where I can. Thanks. But don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Satomati sounds pretty strict. So first things first, let's start with this. Hot off the press is the High Priest's autopsy report. Cause of death was blood loss from an abdominal wound delivered by the bladed weapon. The victim bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's warbod dagger. It's used during the rite, however the dagger has yet to be found. Lady Kira's dagger, huh? I think Maya mentioned something about a dagger. Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right, whatever floats your boat. Isn't that rebel hunter posing as Lady Kira also armed with a dagger? Of course, hers must be a replica, right? Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma? The police have already wrapped up their investigation, but the location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure. Emma, please, I'm begging you. Just like the police, I need access if I'm to mount a viable defense. Alright then. Leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Satomati and the police later. Thanks, Emma. You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step. Wait, you're not coming with me? Oh no, I'm not climbing up there again. No way. Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it. You get to go to the Inner Sanctum? Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright. Why don't you join me, Aldi? That's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot in there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity. Guess the Inner Sanctum is off limits for you, huh? Oh well, guess I'll just have to face this all by my lonesome. By the way, what about all the people still praying here? Aren't they going to go home? The customs of this rite require that they not move from this spot until tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't faze them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops. Wow, I guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? May 10th, Inner Sanctum. It's really high up, and really, really cold. What did I do to deserve this? At least I made it. I better get started while I can still feel my fingers. Hmm? Who's that? Kinda looks like... Hello, Rafa. Excuse me. It's you! Do you even know where you are? Barbed head? Of course I do. May I ask why you're here, your benevolence? I came to pray for the High Priest's soul. But what are you doing here? This is one of the most sacred spots in Kurainism. Unscrupulous lawyers such as you have no business being here, but I'm not unscrupulous. Quiet! You dared to find fault with my insights at every turn the other day. She's still sore about that trial? As you know, your benevolence, a murder has occurred, and I need to investigate. But we know the killer is one of your own. In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she is a serious student of spirit channeling who came here to study. So can't you at least give her a chance to explain what happened? All practitioners from overseas are big, phony balonies. And her wish to train in the homeland of spirit channeling is but a bid for past prestige. It seems like nothing I say will convince her otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on our impression of foreigners. As the defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene, and I need to do it now. I've even been authorized by the police, so... What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our sacred hall of justice once more? No, I simply want to defend my client, which means you have come to forge evidence, then. I knew all lawyers were criminals. I must now redouble my vigilance. Ouch, that's unfair. Who taught you to demonize a whole group of people, anyway? My mother and father. Do you have an issue with their parental guidance? No, I would never dare criticize the royal couple. I still can't imagine what the lawyers here must have done to garner such hatred. Oh-ho! I just had the most wonderful idea, Barbed Head. Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in her eye? So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours? If you are to investigate this murder, then I shall oversee your every move, so as to prevent any misdeeds, naturally. What? You want to follow me around the entire time? Of course. Not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections. Understood? She can't do this to me. What was that, Barbed Head? Oh, no, it's nothing. Very well then. Let us get this investigation over with. We must stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary. So please don't rush me. It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, Barbed Head. I am a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, you see, who guides the people of Kurai. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira bears. The blood of battle? If it's that big of a problem, why don't you head on down now? I won't do anything, I promise. No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now make haste so that we may leave here soon. Oh, and one more thing. What now? Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune. But this time my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat, most bitter lawyer. I will. Now can I get on with my investigation? As long as you know where we stand. I'd better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind. That lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out the details from this angle. I'll take a closer look when I'm in a better spot. I think I better go take a closer look. This lantern is damaged. The wing guard is completely broken. Damaged? Was this your doing? No, I didn't even touch it! Maybe perhaps a falling rock struck it. I will request that it be repaired when we are finished here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored. I'll be back to take a look, you'll see. Nothing particularly interesting here. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the rite? The day before the rite, the temperature in this area plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost. Must be the elevation. It wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. The snow has obviously been cleared away here, and the lantern is broken. I still have that camera I brought to take pictures of my trip. I should snap one of this area here, just in case. Nothing else particularly interesting here. It's a lantern. And it's still lit. Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns here have burned for centuries. Anyone who extinguishes even one of them will be put to death immediately. And that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, I better keep my distance. Just in case. So the moon and these lanterns were the only sources of light up here that night? The rite is performed by the light of the full moon because moonlight is a purifying force. I see. No touching! I wasn't going to! This mountain face is like a towering wall. There are characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean. There is a prison at the apex of this mountain. A prison? Way up there? It is said that Lady Kira laid those she defeated to rest atop this mountain, so that their souls would not spawn evil spirits. I'm feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. And the fact that it's a prison just makes it worse. What an amazing wall painting! But this is Lady Kira. Do you see that red mark upon her brow? That is the character for death in Kuranese. It is a mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our body, each with a different meaning. Interesting. Well, to think of it, you have marks on your face, your benevolence. So did the High Priest. The High Priest marks are those of a monk, or minor of a royal priestess. All members of the Kuranist clergy have such marks upon them. The shape and location of the marks vary in accordance with the conditions, like status and age. And all records about them are kept at Temple. So it's kind of like a national ID registry, huh? Oh, interesting. Hello, Sakura. Welcome to the live stream. Is that a weapon in her hand? Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger, the very same one used in the rite. It is made to resemble a warbod, the bird Lady Kira fashioned herself after. So that dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life. If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, you need but ask. I get the feeling she's going to be super relevant to this case. I should definitely ask the princess for more details later. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Whoa! This is blood! This is a statue of a warthog, the bird on which Lady Kira based her appearance. And all this blood is from the High Priest, huh? He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace. Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. There's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. That is a very odd question that you are asking me, Sakura. It's like, I don't know who you are, nor do I know your friend, so why would I be someone's friend just because you asked? Nothing particularly interesting here. It's been stained red by the High Priest's blood. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. Do you want to get to know? No thanks. No thanks. It's like, I don't really... Yeah. What's that from? An old legend. Wait, does that mean that the rebel hunting Lady Kira in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. A bloodstained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter, perhaps. It was written in Koreanese, so I can't read a lick. Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be... This is simply impossible to read. Wait! What is it? The stamp in the lower right. It's the mark of those insurgents, the Defiant Dragons! A rebel group? What's it doing here? Is there some kind of connection between the High Priest and the rebels? Oh, wait. Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robe? Oh, holy mother, Lady Kira's robe is... I know how you feel, but we should leave it as is to preserve the crime scene. You imbecile! This is the actual robe Lady Kira once wore. It is? What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years. Enough! If I say it's the actual robe, it is the actual robe. A foul murderer shall not get away with this! It is tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed to the ground like this, though. It even looks like it's been mended a number of times. This robe kind of smells... How dare you insult such a SEGA piece of clothing like that? No, I meant that it smells like incense. Oh, I see. The sentient detectives from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robe. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with sacred incense. If this still smells like incense now, the scent must have been much stronger last night when the victim was held. Looks like that about does it for this area. There's something hanging off of the ritual curtain there. These look like those prayer flags down at the Plaza of Devotion, except they are arranged like no prayer flags I have ever seen. How so? All these flags have been sewn together. Hey, right, it's like they're one big banner now. There is something written on a piece of it. Donated by Tarustini. It seems this piece is from a donation Abbot Inmi made at some point. During the rite, the inner sanctum was fully enclosed by this ritual curtain, making this case something of a locked room, purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world. Oh, so the inner sanctum is like her private bathroom. Indeed, so see to it that you keep it clean. This flap in the center acts as the ritual curtain's door, but that's about it. Ah! And what was that shrill scream for just now? It's just, I'm afraid of heights. I didn't notice it as I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down, ugh. I guess that flight of stairs from the Plaza of Devotion really is the only way up or down. This rock must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. It's like the perfect perch for taking a peek over that curtain. Well, up I go. Wow, what an incredible view! It almost boggles the mind. Get down from there this instant! But sorry, hold you down, right down. It looks like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up than the top of that mountain. I guess that confirms that the stairs from the Plaza of Devotion are the only way up here. It's a statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at it. Look, the bird's missing its eye. I feel sorry for the poor fella. Are you the one who took it? Of course not! The statue has been here for ages. I suppose some damage is to be expected. I should ask my mother to have it repaired. No wonder there are no lawyers left. I'd leave too if I were always treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. Could you tell me about this place, Your Benevolence? I have nothing to say to you, lawyer. Is that because you don't actually know much about it? You ill-mannered! I am the Crown Princess of Kurain! There's nothing I do not know! Nena! Whoa, where'd she come from? Hey, no cheating! Silence, barbhead! Nena's knowledge is my knowledge, and the discussion. What is she, your pocket internet? The spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body at the blood of battle, and today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origins back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in this sacred water lends one courage for the next battle. I see. Thank you for that excellent explanation. Commoners are normally barred from here, except for the day of the rite. Who normally controls the access to this place? The High Priest and his family are responsible for that. The High Priest and his family, huh? Could you tell me more about the High Priest and his family? Abbot Inri lived with his wife and his disciple, Acolyte Purezelat. A young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border. Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually plays the role of Lady Kira? Yes, but as she is with child, the role was appointed to someone else. The killer, no doubt, offered to stand in, as she saw it as a chance to slay the High Priest. No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in. So that braggart must have embellished her qualifications. I'm really not sure how she could. Besides, why didn't you stand in for the High Priest's wife then? Did I not tell you before? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira for those descendant of Her Holiness must not defile their bodies with the blood of battle. Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? I should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and Acolyte Zealot later too. So could you tell me more about this Lady Kira? As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance is all but unavoidable. Whatever happened to you need but ask. Nena! Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister, but unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits. However, it is said that none could equal her skill with a dagger. A dagger? Well, this became relevant fast. The Holy Mother guides our souls, and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger. Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe and concealed her face as her sister did. Okay, but who was she fighting against? Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now is no different. Our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by the insurgent Dirk. So Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh? So what's with the bird imagery? Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbot. It is a fearsome bird that is unique to Kurai. I see. And what about the recent rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Who do you think she is? I have heard about her, but I have yet to ascertain the truth. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely, a patriot. So even Princess Raifa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, huh? That about does it for the Inner Sanctum. I should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know I'm done. After all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this place. May 10th, Plaza of Devotion. Wow, they're still praying! The religious devotion of our people is the pride of our kingdom. Come what may, they will continue to pray until tomorrow afternoon. Well, I will say this level of devotion is certainly to be respected. Now, to find Emma. You there! Wait! I want to ask you something. Okay. Do you know me? And do I know you? Well, I'm Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. I'm a lawyer. No. I want to know if you know who I am. Uh-huh. How should I know? I've never even seen you before. This guy's acting really strange. I wonder if he has amnesia or something. I should talk to him a little more, just in case he's connected to the case somehow. Are you having trouble remembering who you are? Ah! I'm sorry if I offended you. Ooh, I thought he was going to pull a weapon on me. But he's just pulling some snack out one after another. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. I know it's something important. Do you know this man or something, Barbhead? No, I just said I've never seen him before, didn't I? Are you Lady Kita? You know of Lady Kita? Then you are Kuranese, I take it. Maybe? Wait, are those lizards he's eating? What, you want one? No thanks, I just ate. Now I remember. Get a load of this. Well, what? I believe he suffers from a far more serious malady than mere memory loss. No good, huh? Guess I'll try somebody else. So, who was that man, and what did he want, Barbhead? I wish I knew. Hey, Mr. Wright! What now? What's wrong? I didn't surprise you that badly, did I? Oh no, it's nothing. Actually, I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you I investigated the crime scene. I hope it wasn't too much trouble getting my investigation of the Inner Sanctum through. Oh, it was fine. Prosecutor Sadamati gave his okay straight away. He seems like a rather fair-minded prosecutor. He said that you would probably give up once you saw the crime scene for yourself, and that moving on before trial began would be the smart thing to do. He must be feeling really confident about his case. Well, just so you know, I have no intention of giving up. I figured. That's why I've prepared a little gift for you. I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated at the airport. Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy. Also, I made a copy of the crime scene photo for you. Thanks. All of this will definitely come in handy. So this is what the High Priestess' body looked like after the murder. I'll keep this along with the picture I took at the crime scene. Oh yeah! They're done questioning Maya. Really? I think I'll pay her a visit then. Poor Maya, she must be feeling pretty lonely. I should let her know that I'll be defending her too. Oh shoot, look at the time. I have to get going. You sure seem busy. That's because his ephemeral holiness is a real slave driver. His ephemeral holiness? Prosecutor Satomati. He's like the world's hardest riddle, wrapped in a flowy sash. I keep wondering if it's just a clash of cultures type of thing, like he's used to holding some serious clout. Ah! Who do I have such bad luck with prosecutors? First it was the glimmerous fop, Prosecutor Gavin, and now that I'm finally rid of that grating, bling-loving Europhile, I get this guy! Ha! Oh no, now I'm really going to be late. You'll probably make me listen to one of those really long sutras again. I'll see you later. He makes her listen to sutras? Sounds like Emma's got it pretty rough, too. She does not appreciate Prosecutor Satomati's sutras? What ingratitude. It appears that she, too, is lacking in religious devotion. I don't think that's what the problem is here. Besides, Emma's not even a Kuranist. May 10th, Detention Center. Nick! I knew you'd come! Maya, she sure looks tired. How are you holding up? It wasn't me, but no one will believe me. Ugh. I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. Who would have thought you'd get caught up in something like this? It's so far from home. But I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together. Ugh. This is all my fault. I mean, you came to Krain just to visit me. We hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens. I haven't seen her this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now. Ha ha ha, I guess you're right. And you saved me each and every time. Yep, so just tell me everything you can, and let's go from there. Barbhead, stop stalling and go straight to the matter of true report. We know she is the murderer, therefore it is time for her confession. Your benevolence! What brings the royal priestess to a place like this? I am watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess to your crime. But please, your benevolence, could you please take it down a notch for 3? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help. Sure, okay. I didn't kill the High Priest. I wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Inmi was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. How could I ever kill someone like that? He sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him. It was so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. And his wife was a master of Kuranese cuisine. I've never eaten better in my life. It's like they were her family, and home away from home in this foreign land. They must have been a source of comfort, but with him being here for training all alone. But what? I can't completely deny the charge either. Huh? As I suspected, the snake has shown her true colors at last. Your benevolence, please! I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge? Well, during the purification rite, I suddenly got really sleepy. The next thing I know, Abbot Inmi was, you suddenly got sleepy? So then you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered? No, I didn't. But if I was possessed by some crazed spirit while I was asleep, then... What an excuse. How dare you pin your crime on another person's soul? Be honest, what you call training is but an extended vacation in reality, and that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. I'm training to become the master of the Kurain channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as you becoming a channeling master. I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you. Rafa seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. I should let Rafa know. Your benevolence, I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because she can already wait, Nick! What? Can I talk to you for a second? Why is she whispering all of a sudden? I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay? If you say so. What's that all about? What is all that whispering about over there? If I remember correctly, the only ones that can actually channel spirits are people that are tied to the royal family. And I know for a fact that while Rafa can channel spirits, she can't channel spirits into her body. It's like the ones that can channel spirits into her body is actually directly tied to the Holy Mother. What is all that whispering about over there? Oh, it's nothing, really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around. Oh, I almost forgot. Nick. Yes? About Abbot Inmi's murder. There was something I noticed that I thought strange. Oh? So, what was it you noticed? Well, you probably won't believe me, but why don't you let me be the judge of that? Okay, so you know that spring? The spring? You mean the pool in front of the Warbod statue? Yes, that! The water in there was dark red. And when I say dark red, I mean blood red. Oh, that? Yeah, I saw it too. You did? Yeah, the High Priest's blood turned it red. What? No, that's not what I meant. The spring was red before he was killed. What? Wait, so it was already red? Even before the High Priest was killed? Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite, just before I passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says. What ancient legend? The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes, anyway. Hold on! Yes, there is a legend about the Inner Sanctum that says just that. But the water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it. Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off of the water. I don't think that was it, though. An ancient legend, huh? I wonder if it's connected to this murder somehow. Oh, Jesus, stop it. Nick? Yes? So, actually, there's one more thing. What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over at her benevolence like she's worried what Rafa will think. There's something I want to show you. There is? I found this at the Inner Sanctum after I came to. Is this a letter? It's in Kurani. See that stamp on the far left at the end of the letter? Does it look familiar? The symbol for death. This red stamp here? That's the mark of Lady Kira. Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead. But Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that! Why, this is... What? What does it say? Do not perform the rite. I know what you are planning, Lady Kira. That sounds like a threat, or a warning! Whoever's pretending to be Lady Kira is pressuring the High Priest to stop the rite. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too. Nick, do you think... Wait. First, there's that ancient legend. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. Now, there's also Lady Kira's warning. Plus, with the Warbod dagger being eyed as the murder weapon. Don't tell me! That's why she has to be the real deal. It gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed an ancient sacred robe or something. Don't tell me. You actually believe that the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break. But, you were saying only yesterday how it was more fun to believe that she's the real deal. Yeah, yesterday! I wish I could keep on entertaining that fantasy too. But the fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus, my days of dreaming have come to an end. I'm going to keep it real from now on. And you should too, Nick. I thought you said I was the boring one because I was keeping it real. Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument we always have. I think you mean ladder, Maya. So, what do you mean by keeping it real? Oh, so you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right? Oh, you mean the rebel hunter Lady Kira in the papers? Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably sent this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abbot Inmi was slain by Lady Kira? You nincompoop! The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves this kingdom. And it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot. Would never slay the high priest. I guess it's only natural for Princess Raven to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that. Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place? I haven't figured that one out yet. I rest my case. Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the high priest after he ignored their warning. You big dummy! You can't fool me! It was you who forged that warning letter! You are trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred Lady Kira! Admit it! No, I never do such a thing! How now, your benevolence? Let's try to remain rational about this. Maya, did you show that letter to the police? No. I was afraid that it would anger everybody needlessly. So I was waiting to show it to you, Nick. And judging by your benevolence's reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... There are a number of places on this letter where there are 3 holes in a row. Are these supposed to be some sort of message, too? Not that we'll be finding out anytime soon, I suspect. Alright, accused, wrap it up. I guess they have more questions for me. Yeah, at least I have a better idea of what we're up against now. Nick, there's something I've been meaning to say. I don't need a lawyer this time. What are you talking about? It's just, you know they have that Defense Culpability Act in Kurain, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, we'll be charged with abetting a criminal. Maya, thanks for thinking of me, but... Don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we? Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know? True, but I've been through one trial here already, so I know what I'm getting myself into. We're going to win this one, no matter what, because I believe in your innocence. Yeah, I know. You've always won because of your faith in me. That's right, so it's all aboard the Phoenix Freedom Express. Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later. Bravado will not save you tomorrow, and by then it will be too late to ask for mercy. We're going to beat this charge. You'll see. I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken. But I don't like the sound of that Phoenix Freedom Express one bit. Wait, don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to. Ah! Of course I know! Do not presume to know what I do not know! I'm no closer to understanding why someone would want the High Priest dead. But given the use of the Warbod Dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I say the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira is the real prime suspect. It might help if I knew a little more about this modern-day Lady Kira. I wonder if anyone has any info on this. Maybe the first thing I should do is to go someplace where locals like to gather. Keep me some water! Delicious. Ooh, itchy. May 10th, Kurain Bazaar. I guess the bazaar is as good a place to start as any. Now, who should I... I see. So that is what a Freedom Express is. Just holding your pocket internet again, I see. Mr. Wright! That sounds like... Obi! Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. do you now? Pokulka! Your benevolence! You mustn't trust in lawyers, you. Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be Urguide. Your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. I wish he stopped insinuating that all lawyers are trash. But please forgive me, your benevolence. But Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man. I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry. Forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Ooh. Mr. Wright, her benevolence has sunk into the ground! She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course not. I'm always glad to help. So, what have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. So they're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? People have been on edge recently. What with that jailbreak and stuff. I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon. Escaped prisoner? Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. So there's a hardened criminal on the loose? That is bad news. Yes, but the modern-day Lady Kira is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like? They say he's the vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk? As in the leader of that rebel group? Yes, the escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. They say the prisoner's a former soldier, and that he wields a big scary knife. Rumor has it, he's a cold-blooded killer to boot. He sounds like a really dangerous man. He is, but the police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. There's a prison at the apex of this mountain. A prison? Way up there? The prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How did he even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? What was that about a terrible incident, Albie? It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. Wrong! No, wrong. It was her sister that did it. The previous queen was assassinated. That's kind of unsettling. Oof, it was the terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen? Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. They really take their queen seriously here. Like God-worshipping level serious. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. Those Defiant Dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next? So that's why the people of Krain are so afraid of that escapee. And why they want the rebel hunter to take him out, along with the other rebels. So is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter Lady Kira, Albie? I was just thinking there was something else, but what was it? Oh yeah! Here! What is it? Shadow found it! Why, that's the Warbot arrow! Feeling better now, your benevolence? This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I am the crown princess of Krain! Now, let me see that, boy. Yes, your benevolence. It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle. A three-pronged arrow? I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadow find it, Albie? Near Abbot Inmi's house. Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I'd better look into this. Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house? Yes, of course. Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the Purification Rite. I should probably talk to her too. May 10th, High Priest's house. So this is where the High Priest lived. Wait a minute, this is where they brought me when in front of that altar. She must be the High Priest's wife. Excuse me. Yes, may I help you? I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Believe. Oh my, your benevolence. Please be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. You honor me with your kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess has come to visit us. Yes, What's that? Oh, of course. She's talking with his funeral picture? My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbot in me? No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I could feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear. Cuckoo! 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 She's definitely speaking with him! So, your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to assure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but can I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see. A friend of yours? So then, you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct? That's right. I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. Abbot Inmi and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Kurai. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further. She did just lose the love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now, but I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the Warbot arrow that will be found near the house. There's too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Would it be okay if I stay here for a little while? Barbed Head! Have you not been listening to a word I said? Look, your benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind. Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes. I know. No, don't. Not in front of the royal priestess. Now, if you would excuse me. But what the heck were they even talking about? You have but poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised. Huh? I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt Mrs. Inmi. Could it be that you actually possess a conscience? Of course I do! But I'm also desperate for pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind. Just see that you do not touch anything you should not. Guess I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. What a magnificent altar! Of course it is magnificent. It is for the Holy Mother, after all. The Holy Mother? Is she that faceless figure there? Such insolence! How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant? So sorry, it won't happen again. This is why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness' face is the greatest taboo in all of Kurainism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. And that includes the members of the royal family. Wow, now there's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know what she looks like. Oh, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about. What? Let me see that. That's a rebel. Arabelle. Senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper of a foreign land. Wanted for crimes against the kingdom. Considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. Is something wrong? The bounty is 3 million damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million damas. You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Unexpectedly? How rude! Nana has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I care for my people. How about sending up some of that kindness this way? Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer and pay taxes to our kingdom, that is. Oh well, it was worth a shot. A poster of the mountains? Oh, the inner sanctum mountain is featured against those other towering peaks. Those beautiful mountains are known as the roof of Khura'in. Ah, and I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster. Mount Pony Pony? The smaller peak to the left? Known as the Little Sanctum, it is just west of the inner sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? But I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty. And no, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. What show is this? It is The Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. It is based on Lady Kira and is the #1 action hero shown in Khura'in. The Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm? Yes, it is an entirely original show created right here in our kingdom. I'm not so sure about its originality, even its overall look and that theme song. Ha! Is something the matter? Well, it's just, we have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya is so into Lady Kira. Honestly, the theme song is exactly the same as the one for Maya's favorite show, the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. It's a popular action hero series filmed right in LA, set in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo. It pits the Steel Samurai in Mortal Kombat against his nemesis, the Evil Magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Plumed Punisher seems awfully similar to the Steel Samurai. The Plumed Punisher originated here, in Khura'in. Is that clear, Barbed Head? Yes, Your Benevolent. Note to self, never suggest that again. There's a Steel Samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. Probably left it here while she was performing that rite. This looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. There are 3 holes in a row near the top. Now, where have I seen holes like these before? Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You are a pitiful creature indeed. What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do. It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read? You're even more pitiful than I had thought. But thanks, and I'll keep your words of wisdom in mind, Your Benevolence. Guess I should have studied some Khura'inese before I came here. So the envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I better hang on to it. Lady Believe has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that. Can't we wait just a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up. Oh, you're still here. Lady Believe. Mrs. Inmee, you think you're ready to talk? Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Lady Believe, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it's quite alright. If my husband were still with us, he would say, as much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may. Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, did Mrs. Amy call herself lovely just now? Well, whatever are you waiting for? Ask your questions quickly so your departure may be just as swift. Yes, of course. Okay, we're gonna pause here for a second because I have to use the bathroom. Bathroom break! Okay, we are back. Now let's talk to Mrs. Inmee. Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? No, I don't recall anything of the sort. This is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He was a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. But these are Cyclops! This means Mrs. Inmi is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago, and it has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something, and it allows me to see the Cyclops that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama to try and unlock them. Unlocking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone.
Take that!
The High Priest, Cyclops. They appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that Mrs. Inmi thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little and see what happens. Mrs. Inmi, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be. That would be Maya, would it not? No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. It was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. I know not of what you speak. Really? Because she even made the front page recently. I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I? Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott and me.
Take that!
This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. Ah! This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it? How do you know Maya wasn't lying to you? Because I've never seen that letter before, and I doubt my husband ever did either. Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband. The envelope?
Take that!
What's that? It's an envelope, addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? Ah! What nonsense is this? How could you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope? There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second! Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter. There is? Yes, and that proof is right here on the warning letter. This spot on the warning letter proves that it was delivered in that envelope.
Take that!
The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. If you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. Ah! As for what made the holes, I believe it was this.
Take that!
They were made by this Warbot arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points on this arrow. Ah! Are you ready to tell me the truth now? I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent. And why did you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect. We are a Kuranist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Kurainism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Kurainism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public. Yes, that makes sense, but is it the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning? It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed. It was by the side of your bed? Yes. We had the whole house locked up tight. And yet, someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it was so frightening, wasn't it, dear? But you didn't contact the police? Because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel? That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Taras would still be alive today. Oh, lovely wife. No need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. Barbed head, that is quite enough. Yes, you're probably right. Mrs. Inmee, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped. Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Barbed head, you seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion. I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about Abbot Inmee would be Maya. They might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. My mother has said what? It seems I must go. Did something happen? Yes. My mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priestess' passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted, too. How wonderful you, Miss Inmee. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. Barbed head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now come along! Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. I better let her have her way this time. May 10th, Garan Palace Audience Chamber. Welcome, Lady Believe. So this is the Queen of Kurai. What is wrong with you, barbed head? Show some respect! Huh? Oh, should I bow? Or prostrate myself? No, it is quite alright. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul, and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now that's what I call commanding presence. So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, Your Eminence, I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence? Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the chamber of prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. The prayer of lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga! Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's father? So he's Queen Garen's husband? You planning on sticking your fat nose in this mess too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You want to question me? That would be great. You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Kurain's top prosecutor on this, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one, and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? You lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. And you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. But well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm going to enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence, but it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Garan administration are going to get just what they deserve, especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here? Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law of crime, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king! No. I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with less majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act. So I don't want to hear any more lip about it. But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. But what's that supposed to mean? Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve. So I'd watch it if I were you. As you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say, White, you know what these are? No? What? Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off. What? And tomorrow, I'll have even more work to do. Processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, we'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are you? Don't worry. I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence. Are you done with the rite? Yes. It was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. Hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little. So, you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Kurain, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. May 10th, Detention Center. Oh, it's you, Nick! Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that can prove your innocence, but I have a small lead. Really? Well, for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that! How rude! Of course I have many other things I could be doing. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh. Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbott and me a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered a prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. All right. I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we could do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the night. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky? That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier, why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that! You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Kurainism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority, then, in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Korean tradition was developed from a Koreanist style that was brought to the US via Japan. It seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Koreanese. It may be a quirk to how our styles diverged, but I don't really know. So spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Koran, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, and I guess that makes Queen Koran and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. But what is this qualification to become the master? Be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail, every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her, as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want. Yep. At least, I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another, in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Korean village. That's got to be a lot of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo Taiet Realm. So, you've already seen the Plume Punisher? You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was our Benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Kurain who does not know of it. Oh, your Benevolence, you're back. As the Royal Priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind. For in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Your sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your Benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to the both of you. Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep. Ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me, you're a Plume Punisher fan too, your Benevolence? No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. Yes, she is. I have no interest in such things. Right. No, I am telling the truth. Yeah, sure, let's just leave it at that. So, how did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit in a Plume Punisher fan here in Kurai. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise? You bet! I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Kurainese friend was so happy, I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Kurai. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on the belt, it plays the show's theme song. That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go takaton-ton in the intro. Right. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm going to totally go pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, Your Benevolent. I have no interest in such things. But if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. May 10th, Temple. It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown. Mr. Wright, your benevolence! Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me? Yes, please allow me to help. Okay, first we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right, it was that rebel hunter. But what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If he could solve that mystery, right, I could figure out his motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. How unfortunate for you, Barthead. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your benevolence! While it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence, but I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my client. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are of the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion, anxiety to spare. I have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Kurai. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. And with that, brings today's live stream to a close. So, starting Monday, we shall come back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy and start up the trial portion of Episode 3, The Right of Turnabout. So thank you all for watching, and as always, is your host, TheAmariaShadow, saying along Z, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Goodbye, everyone!